Penn Badgley and Domino Kirke have just welcomed identical twin boys into their family, and while that single sentence might sound simple, the story behind it is anything but. This is not just another celebrity baby announcement, it's a tale filled with rarity, resilience, joy, and layers of context that make the moment so much more meaningful than a headline scrolling across your feed. To truly understand how we arrived at this joyful chapter, we need to pull back the curtain on their journey together, the rare medical marvel of their twin pregnancy, the emotional stakes both Penn and Domino have carried into parenthood, and the bigger picture of their evolving family and careers. What you are about to hear is the full, detailed, and fascinating story of how Penn and Domino are parents to identical twins, and why it has captured so much attention. The announcement itself was classic Penn and Domino, quiet, understated, and deeply authentic. Instead of staging a big reveal or selling an exclusive to a glossy magazine, Penn shared the news himself in the simplest way possible. In a soft-spoken video, he whispered that his twin boys had arrived, careful not to disturb their sleep. He showed only a fleeting glimpse of one baby's tiny foot, leaving the rest of the moment to the imagination. And that was all it took. Fans went into a frenzy, not because of what they saw, but because of how it felt, real, tender, and completely free of the theatrics that often surround celebrity announcements. But to appreciate why this moment feels so significant, let's go back to the start of 2025. On 28th February, Domino Kirke revealed to the world that she was expecting spontaneous identical twins. For most people, those words might just sound like medical jargon, but in reality, it was a revelation that instantly made her pregnancy headline-worthy. Identical twins themselves are rare, occurring in only about 3 out of every 1,000 births worldwide. Fraternal twins are more common, but identical twins are special because they come from a single fertilized egg splitting into 2 embryos. And when that happens naturally, without fertility treatments or medical intervention, it's called spontaneous. For Domino, a doula and birth educator, the discovery wasn't just surprising, it was extraordinary. Even with all her professional experience, she admitted how humbling it felt to suddenly be part of such a rare story herself. Adding another layer of uniqueness, Domino's twins were diagnosed as monochorionic diamniotic. That's a medical term that means they were identical, sharing one placenta, but each had their own amniotic sac. This type of twin pregnancy requires careful monitoring, as it can carry more risks than a standard pregnancy, especially around nutrient sharing and growth balance between the babies. For Domino, who has guided countless women through high-risk pregnancies and complex births in her role as co-founder of Carriage House Birth, living through it personally was an emotional, full-circle experience. She was no longer just the professional offering support, she was the mother navigating uncertainty and awe at the same time. Just weeks later, in April, Penn added another emotional note to the journey. He revealed that the twins were boys, and in doing so, made a statement that resonated deeply with fans and followers. He admitted that the pressure's on to raise good men. Those words, simple as they were, reflected a profound sense of responsibility. Here was an actor known for playing morally grey and even villainous characters, Dan Humphrey on Gossip Girl and Joe Goldberg on You, acknowledging that in real life, fatherhood demanded a different kind of role. It wasn't about scripts or performances. It was about shaping real human beings, instilling values, and modeling the kind of manhood the world needs more of. His candid honesty added a layer of depth to the pregnancy story, transforming it from just another celebrity baby announcement into something that carried cultural weight. When the babies finally arrived, the understated way Penn shared the news reinforced the couple's approach to life. They've always chosen authenticity over spectacle. Married in a courthouse ceremony back in February 2017, they've never been the kind of couple to seek out paparazzi moments or trade intimacy for publicity. Instead, their relationship has been defined by quiet strength, creative balance, and mutual support. Together, they've navigated not only the joys of family but also some very real hardships. It's important to remember that this milestone came after struggle. Domino has spoken openly about experiencing pregnancy loss in the past, particularly before the birth of her first child with Penn in 2020. Those losses, which she described as deeply painful, shaped her both personally and professionally. They influenced her work as a doula, her music, and her perspective on motherhood. For her, welcoming twins after such experiences isn't just a joyful event, it's also a moment layered with gratitude, healing, and profound emotional significance. Now, with their newborn twins at home, Penn and Domino's family looks beautifully blended and complete. Domino's eldest son, Cassius, born in 2009, is now a teenager navigating his own world. Then there's the son she and Penn welcomed in 2020, who is still in early childhood. And now, 2 newborn boys join the household. That's 4 children under one roof, spanning every stage from diapers to teenage years. Imagine the household dynamic. One child preparing for high school while another plays with toy cars, and 2 newborns sleeping or crying nearby. It's a full house, buzzing with energy, challenges, and unforgettable moments. Public reaction to the birth was immediate and overwhelmingly warm. Fans flooded social media with congratulatory messages, marveling not only at the rare twin birth but also at the way the news was shared. Parents of twins chimed in with empathy, acknowledging the sleepless nights, the double feedings, and the beautiful but exhausting road ahead. What stood out most was how Penn's soft, almost reverent announcement resonated with people. It wasn't polished. It wasn't staged. It was real, a dad whispering in his own home because his babies were sleeping nearby. That slice of life, so relatable and intimate, made fans feel closer to him than ever before. This chapter also marks a professional crossroads for Penn. With You officially wrapped, his days of playing Joe Goldberg are behind him, opening the door to new creative opportunities. He's hinted at stepping into more comedic and romantic roles, a sharp contrast to the dark characters that made him famous in recent years. Alongside that, he continues to build his podcast, Podcrushed, into a broader media project, with a book and live events on the horizon. For now, though, all of that takes a backseat to fatherhood. The twins' arrival is perfectly timed to allow him a pause, a moment to immerse himself in family life before launching into his next big chapter. For Domino, this moment blends her personal and professional identities in a uniquely powerful way. As a musician, a doula, and a public advocate for maternal health, she has spent years amplifying the stories of others. Now, her own story, complete with its losses, triumphs, and rare twin pregnancy, adds to that body of work. She continues to inspire not only through her art but also through her example, showing that motherhood and career can intertwine in ways that are authentic and empowering. What makes this story even more compelling is the vision of the household these twins will grow up in. They'll be raised by parents who value creativity, intentionality, and authenticity. They'll grow up watching their father balance fame with privacy, showing them that it's possible to be successful without losing yourself. They'll see their mother navigating art and advocacy, teaching them that personal passion and professional purpose can coexist. And they'll have siblings to guide them, from a teenager who can model independence to a younger brother who can be both playmate and protector. Of course, the road ahead won't be without its challenges. Raising twins is famously demanding. The sleepless nights are doubled, the feeding schedules can feel endless, and the need for teamwork between parents becomes non-negotiable. But anyone who has been through it will tell you there's also something magical about it. Twins share a bond that defies explanation. They mirror each other, they comfort each other, and they often develop their own unspoken language. For Penn and Domino, those moments, the twins reaching for each other in their sleep, learning to smile together, growing side by side, will be the payoff for every sleepless night. Stepping back and looking at the bigger arc, their journey reads almost like a novel. A courthouse wedding in Brooklyn in 2017. The challenges of pregnancy loss. The joy of welcoming their first child together in 2020. The shock of discovering they were expecting twins in 2025. The tender, whispered announcement of their birth. It's a story that blends heartache and triumph, rarity and relatability, fame, and family. And at its core, it's a story about love. Love between partners, love between parents and children, and love that grows stronger with each new chapter. For fans, this story resonates because it feels real. It reminds us that even in the glittering world of Hollywood, life's biggest moments are the same ones that matter to all of us. The birth of a child, the building of a family, the quiet joys that happen at home far away from the cameras. Penn and Domino may be public figures, but their whisper-soft announcement proved that the most powerful stories aren't the ones shouted from red carpets. They're the ones shared in hushed tones while babies sleep. So as we celebrate this moment, let's recognize it for what it truly is. Penn Badgley and Domino Kirke have welcomed identical twin boys into the world, expanding their family to 4 children, and stepping into a new season filled with joy, challenge, and growth. It's not just another celebrity baby story. It's a reminder of resilience after loss, of the wonder of rare moments, and of the beauty found in the quiet corners of life. Congratulations to Penn and Domino on this incredible milestone, and to their children, Cassius, their 2020 son, and now the twin boys, who will grow up surrounded by creativity, resilience, and above all, love. This is only the beginning of a new chapter, and it's one that fans will follow closely, not because of the glamour, but because of the authenticity that shines through. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.